there was a wreck on I-20 East as I was heading back from the radio station going to Brandon. So I got off at McDowell Road and came around the back way, and it's like, well, hell, I'm this close to downtown. I might as well ride around downtown for a minute. I ain't been down here in a while. I just turned onto Capitol Street from Gallatin, past the King Edward and whatnot. Coming up on the Federal Building here on the left. There, of course, is the Mayflower on the right. I just thought we would ride around downtown for a minute. If you guys are bored, I'm kind of bored. There's my old nightclub. It was the Catwalk in the 90s, and then it was Club 105 here on the right. Let's see here. Yeah, it's still nice down here. You know, if you have any reason to come downtown. And of course, there was been shootouts down here, and somebody tried to rob the bank up here on the left yesterday across by the governor's mansion. Smart people. Smart people. But what are you expecting? Shockwaves, Jackson. Here's the roundabout that isn't big enough for trucks to come through. But they told me when they built this roundabout, they said, well, we built the curbs for people to drive over. They said that, a real true story. They're nice. I'm hating just because, you know, Jackson just can't do anything right. But I do like that they boulevard Capitol Street. It's aesthetically, it's very pleasing. Right here is where that bank was robbed yesterday. I know my car's a little loud. It's got headers and all that stuff, but it has an exhaust leak too right now, so bear with me. Let's see, we're at the corner of Congress and State. There's the old Capitol up there. You know, for all of Jackson's faults, one thing I've always enjoyed doing was riding around downtown. Typically, I prefer doing it on the somebody's opening a new bar there called The Weekend. That's not a bad name for a bar. I always remember the Clarion Ledger's Weekender. Don't know if I'd have gone that direction, but not bad. Let's see here. What direction do we want to go? Let's ride over here and see what's going on. Who knows what we'll see down here. Let me tighten this up a little bit. Bear with me just a second here. That should stop some of the wobbling. Hell, let's just do this. Let's ride down Pearl Street too. See what we see. About to get in time to repaint the Jackson mural. It's getting faded. Gotta love to see them justify spending the money on that when they can't keep the water running. I just shared a picture on the Save Jackson page, or a couple pictures of the same place. I got off at the McDowell Road exit, as I mentioned earlier, and the Waffle House, or former Waffle House there, is in terrible shape. It's been abandoned or shut down for 3 years. They boarded it up, the whole 9 yards. And it looks like it's a day or two away from just collapsing in on itself. They've clearly broke in, ripped the plywood off the windows, and they've broken in and stolen every imaginable thing that possible. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume there's no copper left in there or anything other than the walls that are barely holding it up. So, just par for the course. Par for the course. It's there's Ferris Street there. I don't really have any interest in going up or down Ferris Street for anything. Standard life. Let's take a left on red. It's one of the rare times it's not illegal. Here's the convention center here on the right. Such a beautiful building. I always loved this building, but it was a terrible decision to build this thing. to not have the hotels and the parking and everything else in place for it when they did it. But I love the facility. Been to some events there, was at the grand opening of it. Hey, speaking of grand openings, this isn't Jackson related, it's out in Brandon. Tesla has got their new dealership, and the grand opening celebration is a RSVP only event. All you gotta do is just send them an email and get on the list for the grand opening event. I think it's next week or the weekend. It's 1st of August or end of July, I can't remember, but if you'll go to the City of Government Brandon, the Brandon City Government page, they shared the flyer, and it's got the guy's name and email address that you RSVP with. And they will put you on the list if you want to go to the Tesla grand opening event. I signed up for it. I thought it would be interesting to see how they do it after spending all that 10, 12 years in the car business. I thought it'd be interesting to see how a Tesla dealership does a grand opening. So let's see, we're back at Congress Street again. This time on what are we on? Is this a Pascagoula Street in Congress? Yeah, if you just rode around downtown, you would have no idea that Jackson was sitting at 71 homicides, that people are carjacking unmarked police cars, shooting at cops, shooting at kids in driveways, any of that other stuff. You would have no clue all that was going on just riding around downtown. I really hate it for these business owners that do such a good job keeping their property nice and the buildings looking nice and all that stuff, that they get that stench of Jackson on them that they can't do anything about. It really is a damn shame. You know, my buddy JT has got the downtown CBD store over here, and somebody broke in it just to vandalize it the other day. I mean, nothing else came from it. He said they just tore crap up. It's sad. But here's Howlin' Mal's and Martin's. Two great establishments ran by great people. Brandy, that runs Howlin' Mal's now, she does a fabulous job. The Martin's crew, they do great stuff. Martin's has got one of the best plate lunches in Jackson, as does Howlin' Mal's. I probably lean a little more towards Martin's myself because I like the options. But I'll say this, Howlin' Mal's, low key, I know everybody loves their red beans and rice, but they may have the best fried chicken in Mississippi. I kid you not. I'm not just saying that. I was at a concert and had the privilege of being VIP or whatever, and got to hang out in the catering area and interview some of the bands. And they did some fried chicken for the band, and they've added it to the menu, and I was like, holy crap, this is some of the best fried chicken I've ever had. And the guy was telling me that they've really put an emphasis on getting better at frying chicken. Not that they were bad at it by no means, but he made it his personal goal to be the best fried chicken cook he could become. I don't remember his name, but either way, it's worth getting. I'm gonna do one last little thing here. We're gonna ride through the fairgrounds. They're redoing the armory building to make it a security headquarters. I just thought we could ride by that. And of course, y'all get down here and support the farmers markets and all the business down here. You know, get out to Raymond. I got a sponsor out there, the Raymond Farmers Market. Get out there, support them. Support these locally owned business, these farmers markets, because these are supporting our farmers and whatnot. So it would behoove you to support them. But they got the gate closed here. Not a terrible idea. You know, did you know there's a farmer's market restaurant down here? It's right here on the to my left. Well, it's the farmer's market, the new farmer's market, and there is a restaurant in there. It's right here next to the flea market. I'm looking for somewhere to give me a good plate lunch today, and I'm just burning some time till I do that. You know, I hate that Jackson lost Dave's Triple B there. He's back out in Florida, just doing it out there. But that was a great restaurant to have here on High Street. It was one of the only reasons I still came down here to eat, was to get to go to Dave's Triple B. You got my buddies over here at Watkins Construction to your left. They do great work, great team of guys. They always give back to the community. Always. All right, so we're on the Fairgrounds. So we're going to ride by the Equine Center. You know, the new trademark's really nice too. Really is if you haven't been in there. Be a little nosy. I wonder if that's Andy Gibson getting out of that Genuine Mist truck, or if that's a Big Jim. I ain't gonna stalk anybody down and surprise them on Facebook Live. But I was gonna say hey, but I guess I won't. Hey, I forgot the Black Rodeo started, or starts today, or started yesterday or something. That's a great event. You know, I know us as white folks, a lot of us can tend to get offended when something's called the black this or the black that, but that's a really cool event. And if you're into rodeo, I highly recommend you check it out. But they're redoing the armory here, and thank goodness, man. I would love to see them start doing concerts and stuff there again. I think it would be really cool to see that building brought back to life. I saw one of the first concerts I ever went to was a Battle of the Bands there back in the it would have been 89 or 90. One of the few cool old buildings that we haven't torn down, with a great architecture and all that fun stuff. Again, that's the new Trademark Center if you haven't been down to check it out. It's a nice facility. The acoustics are terrible for listening to a live band. I went to a rodeo after party and there was a band playing, and you couldn't, it was just loud for the sake of being loud. You couldn't really hear anything, but it's a concrete building, to be expected. The acoustics in the Coliseum aren't much better. But we love our Coliseum.